Alright, and I'm back with another review for you guys, and this time we got more Legends Vulcan. Thanks to JR75, he sent me him along with Siren. Thank you, brother. Yeah, let's get into him. So, it's gonna have that. It's gonna be mirrored on the other side. And then you got the cool-ass image on the back. You got a little bio about him. Until I got this figure, I didn't know he was Havoc and Cyclops' brother. And apparently he makes their powers just seem goofy, like... Apparently this dude is super, super OP, but, yeah, we just need Havoc, and Bonebreaker will be complete. But, yeah, he looks pretty good. Let's break him open. Alright, and here he is out of package, and he looks pretty good. You can see a little gap in his thigh swivel right there. I've seen that on some of my figures. I don't really know how to fix that. And it's not like a super big issue, but it definitely, I think, is making his right leg slightly longer, but whatever. Also, I was going to ask if anyone knew why he has an X-Men belt, but because I from the little bit of research I did, it said he was a villain, but apparently he's been reformed and he's a good guy now, so that's that. But I believe he can fly, if I'm not mistaken, so yeah, that's good. I think that should go up even a little bit farther. And then he can look down extremely well. And then he's got a little bit of tilt. Nothing too crazy, but he can turn his head and do all that. And he's got butterfly joints, which is sick, especially on a figure this size. I'd noticed my smaller Marvel Legends tend to have them, but the ones that are a little bit bigger tend to not. So it's pretty cool that he has it. I think he gets about a little bit lower than a T-pose. Let's see here. Yeah, it's a little bit lower than T-pose. It's not bad at all. And he's got a really, it's a pretty good bend, especially for, he has pretty big arms. Like, he's got a good bend. And then, the hands, you got the regular swivel. So his torso though, like that bend is, just for a single bend, is fucking insane. That's pretty good in my opinion. Oh, I did want to point this out. I think I have another figure where this is kind of an issue. Like, I don't know, it's not an issue, but it does break it up a little bit, and I don't know if eventually maybe he will start to come apart, but it's not a big deal, honestly. But, he also has a waist swivel. The belt will kind of impede that, but you can push it up kind of on his hips a little bit more, and then it works just fine. So, hell yeah. Like, he doesn't have an exceptional kick, but it's more than good enough in my opinion. What? Oh, I think in my last couple reviews, I've been kind of forgetting to do the splits for them and see how good the split is, but he's got a pretty decent split. And then, yeah, these both work just fine. Oh, if not a little bit stiff. And then he's got a good knee bend too, if I can get it to bend. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro's a little bit stiff. But yeah, he can literally touch his own ass with his foot because he has such a good bend. He also has a calf swivel, which is cool. I don't see why a character like him would need it necessarily, but it's better to have and not have, I guess. When I was first messing with his feet, I thought he had a really, really bad ankle articulation, but I just had to push it a little bit, but yeah, it's not bad at all. His swivel though, it has its own like little ratchets in there, kind of. Like, how some figures will have ratchets on their elbow joints or, like, what have you. Like, you probably know what I'm talking about. He's got them on his ankle pivots, which is kind of weird to me. But, yeah, he's a pretty good-looking figure. He's pretty cool. I will say again, he's lacking accessories. Like, Darwin was, I don't want to say Sabretooth was, because what does Sabretooth necessarily need, honestly? I mean, he doesn't really, like, you could have added another head or something, but He just doesn't have any power effects, which it is what it is. He does come with 2 other hands, though, which is nice to have. They are not matching hands, though. But I saw some poses, I think, on Reddit that, like, just like having him in a flying pose with those hands on, it looks pretty good. And then he came with the torso and the arms for Bonebreaker. Careful when you're opening him if you're somewhere where small things could get lost, because this is just sitting on there loosely. But yeah, I'm not going to get into his articulation. Like, we'll do more into him when we get him put together, when we get all the pieces. Well, the last piece. But it also came with the fist form too. But let's get some scaling. Here's with the animated series Retro Card Spider-Man. Here he is with Siren. A little side note about Siren. This is the only way her flight cloak or suit really looks good in my opinion, but again, side note. Here he is with Executioner. I honestly think he could pass if you're doing posing like with other characters that are more comic oriented or designed, but he makes me kind of want a comic version too. Here he is with Darwin. I think there's something, like, I don't know if it's from, I think it is from the comics, but something to do with each other in the comics. I don't know if they get stuck somewhere for some reason they're working together, but I know there's something to do with them. Here he is with Wild Child, and again, I think I keep bringing it up, but he is too damn tall. He's only supposed to be like 5'8". I'm not 100% sure on how tall Vulcan's supposed to be, but I from what I've read, he's bigger than Cyclops and Alex, so, or I mean Havoc, but yeah, he's way too big. And here he is with Sabretooth, who I'm getting pretty sure at this point he's undersized. And here he is with Maggot. Maggot is super tall. It's accurate. But overall, he's a really dope figure. I wish he had some power effects, but outside of that, he's awesome. I imagine if he didn't have any QC issues, he'd be even better, but like, I can't even say it really takes much away from him. Like, it's not a big deal. He looks pretty cool. But yeah, definitely recommend him if you can get him at Ross or something, for sure. If you know Vulcan, or if you just think he's cool, he's probably worth retail too. But yeah, I think that'll be it.